Hey, welcome back to Seekers Network. This is It's All About Survival, Part 3. And if you feel like pressing the like or subscribe button, please feel free to do so. No worries either way. Um, so, in looking at the stuff I've done on survival, there was another component that I wanted to address. And because some people might say, oh, well, survival's not about it being, it's all in your head and you just figure it out and everything's fine. Which is true because part of the identity of having this experience is having a physical body, and physical bodies have needs: food, shelter, clothing. There can also be issues related to health, whether one has a condition they're born with or something they pick up along the way. So there's like these two survival zones. There's the actual physical survival, where a lot of people are caught up in the stress of trying to get food on the table, trying to maintain basic shelter, and things like that. And then there's the coping skill, the social, the however you want to call it, the mental, spiritual survival in terms of how we formulate things beyond just physical survival and well-being. Some of this was covered. Who was it? I think the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where they say the basic is food, clothing, shelter, then various other things, and at the top there's self-actualization, where we have a sense of purpose, connection, and a sense of belonging. But so there's the physical survival with its stresses and thresholds, which I mean, what type of food, how often you eat. There's any number of considerations that could go over into the mental, spiritual arena. But the fact that bodies need food, bodies need rest, shelter, clothing, those basic things are still, uh, however they may show up for different people in their considerations, they're still very basic needs just for maintaining a physical body in order to have this experience in this physical realm. And then that stress uh, threshold, people have different thresholds in terms of how much stress they can handle. Some people, they can eat all they want and they never gain a pound, or others are never get sick. Whereas other people, if they're in the same room and somebody sneezes in the corner, they come down with a cold. But there's the physiological, the actual physical stress thresholds related to basic survival. And unfortunately, a lot of people are so caught up in just trying to get those things met that there's not a lot of room left for them to try to figure out who they might want to be or identify themselves with beyond just physically trying to survive. But again, there's what you could call the social skill, or the social self, mental, spiritual uh, stresses related to the data we gather, the formulas. What does it mean to be strong? What does it mean to be this? What does it mean to be that? And then how we go about it. Um, but even in the physical stuff, there's still can be different equations and formulas based on data we gather. What is a healthy diet? The standard American diet. How sad. SAD, standard American diet. That is, for a lot of people, very unhealthy. Um, but there's, again, looking at these two thresholds: physical survival threshold, physiological stressors from ailments or otherwise, and then our psychological, spiritual, mental thresholds of stress of who we think we are beyond just a physical body. And these things often work to various degrees, where some people can get overwhelmed in their physical stress, and yet have very well coping skills for their spiritual and mental identities and self. Um, or and the other arenas. Some people do very well physically, but have less of a concept of who they might be mentally or spiritually, and how much stress they can deal with in relation to trying to get their needs met in these two arenas. So this was just an additional component that I wanted to mention because it does play a factor in terms of the basic physical body survival, and then the additional considerations of survival beyond getting our basic physical needs met in order to continue to exist in the physical realm. Okay, so that covers this part 3. There may be additional parts depending on feedback or if something else comes to mind, but that's where I'm at this point. Thank you for watching the video, and look forward to having you watch more and participate. And please feel free to leave comments. All input is welcome. And again, this is just my take on it in terms of how things work for me and how I see it. And if any of it works for you, cool. If not, that's okay too. Just find something that works for you. Continue to seek, continue to search, and you will find. All right. Catch you on the next video.